and 1, and oh, nope, not yet. Almost. It's preparing. It's preparing. I like the Zoom integration. Not gonna lie. Okay, apparently we're live now ish, I think. Yeah, I think we're live. Okay. Webinar is now streaming live on YouTube. And awesome. So we're going to go to share. I'm going to go to whiteboard, hit share. Awesome.
Woo!
Woo! Got a little whiteboard now. I wonder if like actually people can see it. Can we confirm that? Can we confirm that people can actually see this stuff?
I got the stream open, but there's a little bit of delay between the stream and Zoom, so we should be able to see it.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, this is what happens when we're doing things we've never done before. So we'll see how that goes. And the whiteboard seems to be ready to go. And we're going to start with, let's see here, what color?
Chase's voice is echoing through your mic.
Ugh, I can fix that.
Thank you for fixing that, folks. Let's do this, tick mark. All right, that works, awesome. Awesome, okay. Well, at least the electronic whiteboard seems to be mostly working pretty well here. So definitely not gonna get in the way of that. Awesome. All right, so are we good? Is everyone happy? I mean, I can't even watch like the YouTube chat at this point, which is kind of sad, but
yep, I can see a whiteboard. Yeah, okay. Whiteboard's working. Can see your very insert compliment here face.
Yeah, insert compliment there. Was that a gay compliment, Jeb? Was that?
Of course.
Okay.
Never not give gay compliments.
All right, so, fair enough.
So this is how to type stream. I don't even remember what number we're up to. Probably like 20 something.
It doesn't matter anymore. Like we're doing it based on like the people. And remember, if you go back in the super chats, like people are. We had one from like last week though that we did. But I would like to talk about a couple of things. So many people in the audience recently has basically talked about, oh yeah, hey. Leo Gura, he's definitely an INFJ. No, he's not. Like, seriously, no, he's not. I'm actually going to be doing like a live stream specifically for Leo Gura. I'm going to be pulling up videos of like other actual INFJs that we know for sure are INFJs. And we're going to be like literally having the two videos like right up next to each other. And as like they talk and whatnot, we're just gonna be like, oh, cognitive function here, and just going through the whole thing just to show you guys that yes, Leo Gura is actually an ENFP. Like seriously, he is. We're gonna actually do a deeper dive on that because apparently that's really important to this audience. So, okay, fine. We're just gonna make a video about it. Actually, I'll be doing it live. As soon as we get more used to more of this Zoom live streaming capabilities that we have, because this is completely different for us. But we wanted to do this since, moving here. I mean, we're in the new studio right now, but the new studio is like, well, it's trash. We're trying to get it figured out. And like I actually have a desk now, which is completely different from usual. And we're going to get stuff hung up there. And then obviously the whiteboard is going to get adjusted and whatnot. And we're going to make this place like look pretty dope. But until then, we're just doing the stuff, for now. Also, like we're trying to use this new format for the audience right now because having an electronic whiteboard is going to be super useful because it's going to make it a lot easier on me to produce whiteboards rapidly. So I can like film a lot faster and just make things work from that point of view. So based on that, we just want to be able to have a higher quality amount of content. And then we're also going to be playing a lot with like the various camera views and the like, for what we're going to be, so that we can actually like maybe have multiple devices logging into Zoom or whatever, and then sharing different YouTube videos and just have like a grid that's showing here on the live stream of what's being shown when, etc. But yeah, we're going to be developing this a little bit more just to have a higher quality function. That being said, let's talk.
Super chat.
Oh, we already have a super chat. Okay, so let's talk about the format. So here's the format, how this goes. Basically, super chats are driving the bus here for how to type. If for some reason we don't have super chats, then Jab and I get to pick who we're typing. And basically, it's the audience deciding who we get to type tonight. And we're following the type grid method. If you don't know what the type grid is, go to csjoseph.life, wait on the front page for like 30 seconds. A pop-up will show up. You put in your email and you get a copy of the type grid. The other way, you can join our Discord server. Go to csjoseph.life/social. I click on Discord, get on our Discord server, and then in any channel, or at least most of the channels on Discord, you can do the command exclamation point type grid, one word, and then just hit enter, and then the type grid will magically appear right before your eyes, and then you can have it there, and you can use it to follow along with us this evening. Otherwise, we have the whiteboard right here with us as well. And the whiteboard, the electronic whiteboard we have here, we're just putting in tick marks as we go along typing people and whatnot. So given that we had such a late start, we're not going to make this particular episode too long. We're just going to kind of go through it a little bit. But yes, we are going to like not completely blaze through what we're doing. I'm just saying like in terms of like available markers that we have, because we have like, I mean, let's see like how many actual colors I have. There's 16. No, there's 15. No, there's 14 different available colors available. So, which is pretty cool.
And the thing is, we usually have a time limit between an hour and a half on these streams. So however many we can get in that time, like we're not going to deliberately rush ones, but if one's obvious, we're not going to waste time on it.
Yeah, exactly. The other thing is to just realize, guys, that when you guys bring in a super chat to tell us, okay, which person you're typing, the highest super chat in monetary value is the one that gets priority. And as we are running out of colors and markers towards the end of the show, don't be putting up too much super chats because you know, when the show ends. You don't want to lose out on that. Now that we've had that happen a few times and we've started the show with the super chat from the previous week, if that has happened, but we want to avoid that as much as possible. So please be cognizant with your super chats as they're coming in. And then we'll definitely type people. Also, guys, make sure that when you are providing a super chat for us to type somebody, you have some links to some videos in mind for us to look at already. So it saves us time. And it also helps us with accuracy. And also you know, as members of this audience are kind of satisfied that we're actually looking at videos. But remember, we want videos of people that are not scripted, when they're in their element, you know, just who they are by themselves. Typical one-on-one interviews seem to be ideal for that, or being observed from a third party. So just make sure that you give us some links on YouTube for us to go through, you know, for the audio components within the interviews of these people. That way we're able to like stay on track. Otherwise, if it's just like a 60 minutes interview, that's mostly scripted and it's like, that's not going to work. So we'd probably rather have something like, I don't know, The Tonight Show or Ellen DeGeneres or something like that, or Oprah. You know what I'm saying? So just to give you guys, you know, an idea of how these, you know, somewhat go. So, but yeah, that's kind of where we're at with that. Jab, you want to say anything else before we get started?
No, not really. Do we have any announcements to make as to content that's coming out? Like, I think we might have a few articles coming out over the next few days.
Yeah, and season 17, episode 2, I think is dropping on early access today and will be live tomorrow. We're also doing question and answer live stream tomorrow night, guys. We're moving the streams to Tuesdays and Thursdays again. Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9 Eastern from now on. So Q&A will be tomorrow night to be able to facilitate that. We're also going to have a Patreon private lecture, season 14, episode 6. It will be the 6th golden pair, and it's going to be ESFP, ISFJ golden pair. Also, we're going to have the next season 21 episode, which is how to social engineer INTJs. That's going to be mega popular. We're also going to have the next season 10 episode, which is how do INTJs compare to INFJs, which will be also mega popular. We're just going to end up having a lot of introverted intuitive content dropping all at once, basically. So the next couple of weeks, you're going to have a lot of INTJ, INFJ, INFP, INTP content. Just boom, there it is, straight up. So it's going to be pretty awesome.
Well, I mean, I don't know why you didn't just release a How to Social Engineer INTJ one a lot earlier. I mean, it's about a 5-second clip of you can't, and then just slamming the camera shut.
I know, right? Yeah, just a 5-second clip of, you know, we just can't do that. Okay, yeah. INTJs are not social engineerable. Although to be fair, and as far as social engineering goes, INTJs are the hardest type to social engineer. So, which is absolutely awesome.
Wow. Look at all the donations we have so far. Like, woof.
All right, Jab, you're kind of freaking me out. So
like, I shit you not.
Really? You don't? Okay, well, I'm glad to know that bodily function does not work for you, Jab. Glad to know.
75 so far. We've only been live for like, what, 5-10 minutes?
I know. I guess the move has been really difficult. So yeah, I know, right?
People are addicted and they want their types typed, and you know they've missed out on their C.S. Joseph fix. So
yeah. Well, let's definitely deliver tonight. But yeah. So also, guys, I just want to say sometimes people get upset with us in terms of the results that we provide for the typings. Like, for example, Leo Gura, people were very upset that we kept on saying that he's ENFP. And guess what? If the audience complains to me about them disagreeing, do you know what I do? I actually go personally verify. I watch a bunch of videos, I watch a bunch of lectures or interviews, whatever, about the particular person in mind, and I go verify myself to make sure that I was accurate. And guess what? Leo Gura is an ENFP, and I will be doing a video about it to prove it to you folks. Like, again, because I can. You know what I'm saying? Like, so now, I haven't verified Tupac Shakur. I know that was another one that folks disagreed on with us on. That's okay. I will be verifying Tupac Shakur as well. So
what did we say Tupac was in the ENTP?
I think we said ENTP. But I mean, you know, there's a good chance of that because Kanye West he's an ENTP as well. So, you know what I'm saying? So
right. Well, there's a difference in maturity between obviously Tupac and Kanye, and obviously there is a huge difference between subconscious focus and shadow focus. And in fact, you'll see some, you know, in certain types like ENTPs, people see an ENTP who's shadow focused, and then they'll see one who's subconscious focused, and then they'll look at the subconscious focused one and say, there's no way you're an ENTP. And it's like, well, that's incredibly ignorant.
Yeah.
You don't fit my perception as to what an ENTP is, therefore you must not be one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and plus we got a really cool webcam now, and now when I'm mobile, like I'll actually be able to live stream while I'm away on trips. So that's kind of why we're doing this electronic whiteboard thing, and also having the webcam thing, just to be able to do that. We're just trying to increase our quality here. And I think the GoPro may or may not be retired. We're not really sure on that. We'll see.
Okay. Someone said your camera keeps cutting in and out. The camera is only popping up in the top right corner when he's talking. That way we can see the whole whiteboard when he's just writing. It's
a feature of Zoom. Yeah, we're still trying to get used to Zoom here, or trying to get OBS to work for us properly. But Zoom just had a broadcast of YouTube function, so that's just what we used, and we're using Zoom's whiteboard function right now. So we'll definitely get that fixed. But anyway, Jab, I think that's enough talk. Let's get this show on the road.
Yeah. Okay. So the first one I'm going to go with is so Mr. Wojtnis or Washnis. I apologize if I've mispronounced your name for like the 60th time. $24.99 donation for Donna Brazil, and then he did another
Donna Brazil, man.
And he did another $24.99 donation for Gwynne Shotwell.
I don't know who Gwynne Shotwell is, but Donna Brazil, sign me up. Thank you, Aiden, for this one. That's going to be great. Fire it up, Jab. Right. Let's do this.
So I was actually looking up some videos while we were chit-chatting there, and I've actually got some ready. So
awesome. Let's do this.
Let's go.
Donna Brazil.
So Whoopi Goldberg.
My own political party, and to independents and others who might want to hear what's happening within the Democratic Party, what's happening in the country, and of course, hear my perspective.
My perspective? You need to hear my opinion, my TEFI opinion. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Like, there did seem to be a degree of self-importance, which is usually associated with FI, and then the fact that
self-importance.
That's like the cliche of a TEFI statement.
Cliche. Can't get any more cliche than that. All right, let's hear more about the social justice warrior.
Right.
And a progressive and a liberal to talk to the Fox family.
She looks so good.
You know, I'm thrilled that this has happened.
Yeah.
We've done it. I mean, Chris Christie's upstairs somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, we have folks. I didn't mean it like that. You know,
Wow.
but we.
in the attic.
He's in the attic. I didn't let him come
So
through.
you could skip this.
Cliche. Can't get any more
Jibba-jabba.
cliche than that. All right, let's hear more about the social justice warrior.
Right.
I can hear myself coming through your mic, dude.
To
Oops.
talk to the Fox
Uh-oh,
family.
uh-oh.
She looks so good.
You know, I'm thrilled
What the
that
hell?
this has happened.
Give me a sec.
Close the live stream, I guess. I don't know, or mute it.
Yeah, I accidentally opened the live stream again, and it like started playing the live stream. So, excuse that.
All right, let's keep going.
All right. So, this is just them jibber jabbing.
8%.
Okay, so they just played a short clip of her. All right, Donna Brazil and Hannity go head to head over the
Awesome.
Dems agenda.
Contributor,
Tonight.
agree on much, do we?
No, but that's not the point. The point is that it's a great honor to be back on your show, and I'm looking forward to these conversations.
Okay.
I'm not running. First of all, I'm not going to use my microphone to run for anything. I'm making no announcements tonight, but I'm glad to see you tonight
Sounds
on St.
initiating.
So,
By the way,
Well, and that also sounds like a TE statement in itself. Like, I don't want you to think
Yeah,
it is.
definitely. I don't want you to think this either. Yeah.
That could also be an NI statement.
Yep.
just for being on this show, you will get in trouble with some Democrats. Why are you on Hannity's show? Why do you talk to him? He's not a nice guy. And then you're going to have to, tell him, well, he's actually not that bad.
Hannity, Sean, a couple of weeks ago,
Yeah.
Yeah,
TE.
exactly.
On the
A lot of
show,
TV
we talked
users
about my
always
new
saying,
book. I'm a co-author with three other women for colored girls who consider politics. So you've had.
I'm a co-author with these three other girls who considered colored girls for politics. It's like such a TE statement. Like,
Yeah, it's super TE. She's like TE hero almost. I don't know. Is this an ENTJ? We'll find out.
Me on the show before, so thanks for having me again.
Well, welcome to the Fox News Channel. And for
Thank you,
those that
sir.
say we don't have varying opinions, I could go down the list. And if I do, I'll probably get in trouble. So I'm going to stay away from trouble for
You're
once
going to
in
be
my
in trouble if you don't stop talking, Mr. Hannity.
True. We're playing lightning round. I'm just asking you to play along. Medicare for all is going to be $3.3 trillion for every year for 10 years. And people like Kamala Harris say people would have no choice at private health care. Do you agree with that?
We're in the beginning of a very extensive conversation, and it's not about radicalism. It's about making sure that Americans can.
This is the lightning round. I'm asking Donna Brazil, who ran out.
come on, boo. That's like,
That's an SE. That's so SE. Yeah.
it seems almost like childish. Like,
Yeah.
who calls
It's
it
like
boo?
that's super childish. Yeah. And
I know you don't like it when people say, "Oh, that's like an SE child
I'm
statement."
gonna put one down for control, and she definitely seems direct for sure. Definitely direct. She's not informative. All right, keep going.
Doors campaign in the DNC.
I can't do 2 minutes. I got it. You got to give me time to
listen,
explain.
we're going to go
this.
through the
Look,
list. And
Oh, look how controlled it is. Like, I literally just wrote an ENTJ article, and she feels like that the constrictions in this lightning round are placing restrictions on her freedom.
I know the lack of a freedom. I'm a pragmatic person. You're hurting my independence, brah. And you're not allowing me to follow the system that we appreciate, that we previously agreed to. Pragmatic and systematic, checked. Oh yeah.
Kamala Harris, look, Medicare
and then
for all
after
is
the
not a
list, then
controversial
I'm going to let
plan.
you expand. How's
All
that?
right.
All right,
Over
just play
50,
along.
over 56% of the American people support some form
Oh, a nice little statistic there. TE, thank you.
of Medicare for all, Medicare plus, Medicare, et cetera.
Okay.
I mean,
Should people be allowed to get private insurance?
if they want to keep their private insurance and maintain it as I would.
All right.
Absolutely.
You disagree with Kamala. Okay. Next question.
No, I don't disagree with her.
No, I don't disagree with her. That's very initiating, just like pop.
She immediately reinitiated that point.
Yep.
I hope you can explain exactly
Well, she
how
said
her plan
She
will
doubled
cover.
down on it.
every American and ensure that we don't have millions of Americans who cannot afford their prescription drugs as well. We got to have a
Talking about other people, Americans in that regard, very SE.
Yet. We got to get the lightning in a bottle
like
here.
lightning.
Well, and it also seems a little bit TE, like a responsible TE, like, you know, they're not going to be able to afford their prescriptions. Like
No, I think that's more like an SE thing. Like she's talking about the comfort of Americans, and because of how comfortable Americans are going to be as a result of this healthcare bill going through, I think is, you know, when you're looking at the context a little bit more, it's more of an SE point of view.
I, in typical NJ fashion, just literally forgot the point I was about to make, but it was a really good point. I promise you.
Although Byte says there's an echo from Chase at Jabba, I think it's coming from your mic. So,
okay. Can you still hear it? Is there still an echo? Like if I move further back, can you still hear it? If I turn down my headset, can you still hear it?
she's typing. All right, so I'm talking now, and yeah, I can hear it. Yeah, I can hear it personally.
Okay. Can you still hear it?
Okay, testing. Jab, fish sticks. No, I cannot. Now it's good. Yeah, she also says it's good. Byte says it's good. All right, cool.
Okay.
All right, let's keep going. Do you got more Donna Brazil in a different interview? Go.
Okay, Donna Brazil, let's keep going. I think the problem is the audio cable is echoing because there's no voice activation. But yeah, let's keep going. Bam. I'm going to just have to keep toggling it on and off.
Help us out.
Come on.
I'm going to give you a long time to expand. I just want to. Now, a lot of your party, 8 states and even in Congress, want late-term abortions. In one case, you had a woman in the Virginia House of Delegates say that even up to the birthing process, dilation, she supports a woman's right to have an abortion.
Well, that wasn't exactly true, but let me say this. Democrats
I'll quote the governor.
Democrats believe that this is a choice that women should have a say in. We believe that women should have the full...
In the 9th month of pregnancy?
Look, we believe that women should have the full range of
month of pregnancy when the child's
health
viable?
services. I am not...
Oh my goodness. This is like some... Is Hannity like a TI critic user or something?
I think he's kind of might be the same type, and that's why they're actually like getting at each other. You know, she's pretty abstract too.
I'm seeing like this TI critic, TI
like,
nemesis.
I want to hear her responses because I don't think she's being affiliative about it. Actually, I think she's like doing a pragmatic response.
Right.
Not a doctor, and I'm not going to tell anyone what to do with his or her body. So
that's very pragmatic. That's not like, it's not about like doing the right thing per se. Like, okay, fair enough.
Very strongly.
So a woman who's, hang on a second. So a woman who's due to have birth in 48 hours and she decides to have an abortion, you don't think we have a duty and responsibility? We don't have a duty as a society to protect that child?
You're asking me what my views are, SC Child, TE Hero. All right, Donna Brazil, ladies and gentlemen, she is an ENTJ.
Bam.
All right, next.
Let me look at the super chat channel. Super chat. So the other one was Gwynne Shotwell.
All right, Gwynne Shotwell, and Gwynne Shotwell's color tonight will be orange.
Who's the SpaceX president? All right, let's
oh,
see
that STJ woman. Okay. Shotwell.
All right, so let's see what happens.
So this is a company that Gwynne Shotwell.
So that made 2016 a tough year, 2015 as well.
And in light of that, I mean, part of the reason that SpaceX is on #1 on the CNBC disruptors list, you've had an incredible past year of major milestones. You've broken a lot of records, but also it has been that fast turnaround after that explosion back in 2016. How were you able to do that so quickly?
That was actually a really hard problem to unwind, the issue that we suffered on September 1st, 2016. It actually gave the teams time, the production teams time to catch up. Actually, it's kind of a horrifying way of catching up on production to basically.
That's movement. She's very movement.
It did give us time to catch up. and also gave us time on the engineering side to continue designing the upgrades, resulting in the last launch that we had, the first Block 5 launch for
I'm
Bangladesh.
going to put one down for X-rated sensing. She's talking about the experience of the team and everyone in total, not really her experience.
Right. And I did sense a little bit of systematic there.
Yeah, definitely.
Because she's like talking about the system of the engineers operating at this time, and like she acknowledges that there was a bit of a void in the system, and then when this problem occurred, the system of this system could catch up to this system. So I don't know, that just seemed a little bit systematic to me.
Yep. Excuse the really bad penmanship, ladies and gentlemen. I got a minus in 5th grade on penmanship from Mrs. Wheeler. So just letting you guys know that.
I used to have the best handwriting in grade 3 because NI Hero wanted to get a pen license because we weren't allowed to write in pen until we proved we could write well. As soon as I got my pen license, it turned into absolute doctor writing. Like all my friends mock me and say I should have become a doctor because my handwriting suits the profession, given how bad it is. But let's continue on the video.
Yep.
New streams that's a little more near term. The satellites. You recently won FCC approval for a constellation of thousands of broadband satellites. How does that help fund some of these longer term plans?
The market size for launches is dramatically less than telecommunications. So that's a nice way to go and make additional revenue. In addition, it's very complementary to the work that we're doing right now. Dragon is a very sophisticated satellite. And we have our own launch capabilities. So I think we'll be able to, assuming we get the physics right, as well as the business right, I think we'll be able to place a constellation that could be quite successful.
That is direct for sure. And she was just specifically responding. Yeah, and that was abstract because how she linked one thing to the next thing. Like
she's like talking, if this works and then that works, and what if, there seemed to be like the semblance of like questioning the possibility of it failing, even though she was certain that it would probably work.
Is this an INTJ? I mean, I'm getting that. She's like following this process, and it seems to be very TE approach, in terms of the process that they're following. I'm going to put one down for TE.
Right, yeah. I mean, it would make sense because she definitely seems way more movement, but I don't know. I've got some suspicions, but I don't want to criticize her right now.
Yeah, that's fair. Next
clip.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, I didn't turn on the cable.
Yeah. Wow.
In fact, I think the Boring Company could be the way that we house people on Mars. We'll have to dig tunnels for folks.
Really?
I think
Boring
so.
Company. Wow.
One of the other things that's been brought
up. Abstract. That was
idea.
Abstract. Talking about how they linking the Boring Company in that regard. Interesting.
Yeah.
And the fact that the Boring Company, the way it's structured, it's also a pragmatic statement because, for example, the way that SpaceX, the Boring Company, and Tesla are being utilized right now is that like the Boring Company is technically like taking funds from SpaceX to fund itself, much to the chagrin of various investors. So, so with the way that they're explaining that, it's a very pragmatic approach, actually. So, but yeah, direct responding movement. Pragmatic, systematic. Let's keep going just a little bit more.
A little bit more, just to verify.
Yeah, just got a different clip.
Yeah, I skipped later on in the clip, but we could use a different clip if you'd like.
Sure.
Well, let's use a different clip. She does a TED talk.
Yeah, let's do that.
That'd be too scripted.
It would.
The woman who keeps SpaceX alive. Sure, let's watch this.
To say that SpaceX wasn't able to convince the defense at SpaceX for over...
Nope, no interview. Sorry, my bad. And this might be the same video.
SpaceX is number one.
It is. Apologies. One-on-one interview. Let's do this.
Heard a lot of great ideas.
You've seen the tweets, but we built a a landing platform out of
That's
a large
TE.
sea vessel
And
that's kind of
SE.
self-propelled, and it's going to hold its position while the first stage goes and sets off the second stage,
Okay,
delivers
that's
dragons.
direct. Talking about stages. That's
Figure
systematic.
this out.
Well, yeah, but the stages are a predefined procedure for the thing. She's not really
True.
being systematic talking about them. But I definitely agree she is systematic.
That's
And then
fine.
the
Let's keep
first
looking.
stage is going to turn and hopefully land like a helicopter on this ocean platform.
Wow.
Yeah.
How big are we talking? How big is this platform?
Well, it's bigger than a football field, but when you put the rocket on it with its legs deployed, it looks small. I'm worried. Like, we have to land right in the middle. So it's 170 feet.
She's always answering in the context of the question. She's not actually initiating new ideas, but she's doing it in an extroverted sensing way, talking about what we are doing or what the specific rocket is going to be doing, et cetera. It's not about what she herself is doing. It's not about her. It's all about us together or what they are doing. So it's very SE plus NI. She's responding, and she's definitely still maintaining that movement approach, just a little bit more.
All right.
Now 170 feet wide and maybe 300 or 350 feet long.
Makes landing a fighter jet on an aircraft carrier look like child's play by comparison. How about, just in terms of supporting the impact of that?
It should be land at near zero velocity, just like a helicopter. Yep. That's
So
what
it's
we've
the
done
braking-
twice, but in the
braking
water
impact,
in
yeah.
a not known a priori location. This one we obviously have to know. The platform can move a bit, but not that fast.
This one we obviously have to know. TE.
Yeah, that's TE. And then that's still a systematic answer that she gave.
Skip a little bit further in.
Neat. I like speaking French when I meet a French person. Can you imagine speaking something else from someone else from
But
another
realistically,
galaxy?
in your lifetime, do you think you're going to make it up?
No.
No.
Not outside the solar system.
But outside our planet, you're going to be in space?
Possible. The technology will be there for sure.
That's
So wouldn't it-
abstract.
Right, it's abstract because the technology basically already exists to go to Mars. Like, realistically, if someone just threw like $50 billion at it, you could do it.
Yeah, I think that's enough for us, Jab. Call this
INTJ.
INTJ, yes. And by the way, the super chat from last week, that was for Jeffree Star that we missed. FYI.
Oh my God. You're not going to believe who the next person is.
All right. Who is the next person?
Dick Masterson.
I don't even know who that is. Okay.
Oh, he's like this internet troll that went on Dr. Phil and started trolling women, and they didn't realize they were being trolled, so they got super offended.
Okay.
He was saying, I think he made his own website, like men are better than women or something. And
I don't. Okay.
let's get some video. Let's get him on Dr. Phil. Hopefully, Dr. Phil doesn't.
Okay.
All right.
Her to get anything right.
All right. Here we go.
Men have 6 times the brain power that women do. Men excel in math and science.
Then why don't they use it if they have it?
Women didn't get us to the moon.
How do you know that women didn't get us to the
It's
moon?
public documents. They
Oh,
have-
could it be possible that a woman told a man how to do it? And
I
he
think we just got trolled by someone in the audience, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
We still need to type the character, and it's probably some sort of ESTP or smartass thing.
Okay.
Although maybe we should restrict this to the fictional typing.
Is this a fictional character?
It's a guy putting on a bit of charade. I don't think that's what he really thinks, but I think.
No, well, let's just do it here and just get through this.
All right.
Not
I
interested.
think so. Good possibility, isn't it?
Well, he just said there's documents about it, so that's a TE statement.
Okay.
Insane.
No, it's not.
That is absolutely insane. You're saying that women devised calculus, rocket propulsion, built the shuttle, and
Could
told
have.
men
Could
in
have.
the sack, perhaps,
Could
how to build a rocket, and then
Good
men went to NASA
possibility.
the next day and said,
Good
last night
possibility.
I was thinking this
A
is how
very
we build a rocket."
good possibility.
No, you have an immature understanding.
Honey, I am twice your age.
That is TE. Oh my gosh, this is so cancerous. Anyway, continue.
However, women are the first always to rely on violence to solve their problems.
Where did you hear that?
This is not something.
Wow.
Why all the prisons are full of men who molest.
The prisons are full of men raised by.
Okay, he's initiating, really initiating.
Yeah.
Informative, and he's movement. So he's a starter, and he's TEFI, so he's automatically an ESFP or an ENTP or an ENFP. So which one? So.
Well, he literally just said the prisons are filled with men raised by single mothers. That sounds.
Well, that's technically a true statistic, but again,
Right.
it's more TE.
That's what I was saying. Like it's TE pointing to a statistic.
Yeah.
Why are they raised by? Why are they
with
raised
a woman
by
who
single?
disagreed with what I said?
Why are they raised by single women? Could it be because the men don't stick around to help raise the
Yeah, well,
children?
they still do it poorly. My point is, women
Because the
rely
men
on,
aren't there. You know, you speak that how the women raise men, but yet you've never raised children. And half the men leave and don't raise the children.
I don't have to build a car to know when one doesn't work. I don't have to raise a kid to know when someone's doing a bad job of doing it.
Yes, you do.
And I see it right here.
Yes, you do. Oh, I'm raising my children badly?
Yeah. Who's sleeping in a room with another guy when they don't want their daughter doing the same thing? That's compromising your
Guess
principles.
what, honey bun? I slept on the couch last night.
Oh
So
my
it shows how
gosh.
stupid you are. And I call
Sounds
my
very SENI. Talk about other people in that regard. Honestly, he sounds really concrete. He hasn't said anything that's abstract yet, like not even remotely.
So what do you think he is?
I'm thinking an ESFP, honestly.
ESFP.
Which would make a lot of sense from a trolling point of view if this guy's just an internet troll trolling people on anti-feminism.
I think this guy might actually be an INTJ, cognitive transitioning into his ESFP subconscious just to troll people.
Just to troll people. Well, let's keep looking because he keeps initiating over and over and over again. You got a different interview with him?
Let's see. Dick Masterson.
Because I am so triggered.
Let's see. Dick Masterson interview. On the Tyra Banks show. Let's see this.
Breaking song, womanize
Blah, blah.
himself, a womanizer. Ahmed, not kind of.
She's gonna still be in the world. The thing about womanizers, specifically you two guys, is that no matter what we do, if you're a UPS guy, if you're an attorney, if you're the greatest lover in the world, the fact that you're makes you more desirable to women. So no matter what you do, she's gonna still be on your jock until the day you die, as long as you keep that chauvinistic attitude going.
Do you agree with that, Ahmed?
So she's always gonna be there. Betsy's always gonna be there.
This is
That's SENI for sure. So he's definitely SFP NTJ Quadra, hands down. Keep going. Just need more concreteness.
More blunt and
Oh, by the way, that last statement, what that he was saying is like, she's always be on his jock, blah, blah. That's an interest statement. That's like 2 interest statements that I've extracted, by the way. And he's being very pragmatic about it. Like an informative initiating movement, I keep seeing that. So I'm not really seeing an INTJ approach at all here. But yeah,
okay,
going a little bit more.
A little bit more. Let's find him talking again.
I find that interesting. It's like you're the.
It's the crowd.
Say, necessarily come up to me would get shot down so quick. Let me tell
Well,
you.
getting shot down is part of the game. Buddy, you had like a 1 in 20 average at that bar. That's a good ass average. That's good, and that's something we got to live
That's
with.
good. That's TEFI.
That's a
Right, like he's talking about stats. That's like TEFI.
Yeah.
Like, cliche. I mean, do you want to just call this guy an
Still,
ESFP?
it's still pretty concrete. And yes, I'm done. This guy's an ESFP. So yeah.
All right. So what do we have
There you go,
next?
folks? What's next?
You're literally triggered.
I am so triggered by that guy. Oh my gosh.
Nova for 25. Maynard James Keenan.
Maynard James Keenan, huh? Don't forget Jeffree Star. We're gonna finish with Jeffree Star.
Jeffree Star. Who donated to him?
Boot did last week.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I like this little whiteboard thing that Nova got me. It's so nice. This electronic whiteboard thing. It's so good.
Joe Rogan Experience. We'll just use that because
All
I
right.
can't find anything else really quickly and I don't want to waste time. Just jump right into it. Jump like halfway into the video.
Yeah.
Boom.
Also, no more super chats for the rest of the night, guys. No more super chats. We're closing super chats, please.
Unless you want to give us free money.
Yeah, yeah. No more super chats, please. Anyway, continue.
Religious, political lines that get blurred because in that moment, talking about growing a thing and sustaining a local community, a lot of those things tend to go away. Just turn this thing off,
right,
and get back to understanding.
Is he talking right now?
What it's going to take to
Okay.
make,
Can you hear him?
Yeah,
exchanges and do these activities. You start to really
It's a little quiet.
feel connected with people rather than this weird divisive crap that goes on in the world today.
Yeah, I think.
All right, sounds super affiliative off the
yeah,
bat.
definitely. Very affiliative.
All right, let's keep going.
There's definitely like
clickbait things. There could have been a word in that title that they know people like you love to see. So they got you clicking on it, even though there might be nothing in the article. There's
yeah,
nothing
you
there
see a
of
lot of that,
substance.
right?
Yeah.
You see like purpose.
SENI.
Seems super responding, like off the
Yeah,
bat.
super responding. Agreed.
Deceptive.
Just being a theory. As far as
Yeah.
what I understood, I listened to a 1 minute
I
video
need to
versus
talk
just
to my
reading it.
buddy about this. Do you
Yeah.
buy? Are you buying?
I'd have to talk to my
Oh,
buddy
God.
about this affiliative.
Right.
Fuck all that. Anywhere in the dome. That mean like one donut and they'll zoom you up to space.
Send them packets of information without needing fiber or Wi-Fi or anything like
Okay,
that.
I think
that's
that's
the
Shouldn't be
his co-host,
duplicating.
not him.
You know, like and whole human beings. Like how many
just billionaire people to jump on this spaceship that goes nowhere, and he's giggling somewhere.
See, I always feel like we're always one invention that we don't see coming away from ruining everything.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. And it could be exactly
That's
this
abstract.
this algorithmic you going down a rabbit hole in this narcissistic feedback on what you want to see, and
Abstract again.
here, and then it gets you to buy what you want to buy.
Get you to do this, get you to do that. SENI. Very SENI.
Field for everybody.
Yeah,
'Cause
it
we're all
might
doing
be.
it once. Yeah, I think the only, is there a way out of that?
Doesn't seem like it.
Well, I think the
TIFE.
other way out of it is
Constantly saying I think over and over and over. He hasn't really provided any reference points for any of his thoughts. It's just his thoughts alone. It's TIFE.
So what? TIFE, abstract.
Yeah,
affiliate.
SENI. So he's STP NFJ Quandra, which means, and I'm seeing affiliative and abstract, a little bit
NFJ responding.
very, very NFJ, a little bit interest based as well. So let's see. So I mess up my little mistakes here. So definitely an NFJ, and he seems responding. So direct responding movement, which means Maynard James Keenan is by deductive reasoning, according to TypeGrid, and INFJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm fairly convinced it's an INFJ. I mean,
Yeah, like my INFJ radar was instantly like pop. This first 5 seconds, I like instantly heard him. So, but I just had to go through the thing. But yeah, Maynard James Keenan is an INFJ, folks.
Nova doesn't like that answer. Question mark, exclamation mark. Maynard, I think, is an INFP, someone said.
Really, an INFP, huh? Why? Based on what? Like, explain to me how, like, because if he was an INFP, he would have provided reference points by now to generate some of his points. Fine. Let's listen to a few more minutes or a minute of him and see if he actually says one thing TE, which he's not going to.
All right.
is understanding that the things you're being told here, this has nothing to do with mastership, if that makes
Okay, that's a TI statement in itself. He's like telling you the logical processes are wrong and here's the right process.
sense.
The phone.
Just media, things you're reading on your social
Right.
media pages. This has nothing to do
Or
with
SENI, like how is this guy, the things you are reading on your devices or your messages, that's SE, okay? And INFP is not going to say that because they have SE Trickster. So that's SENI axis. So why is that guy an INFP? Like, why? I'm not seeing any like any there. Like, it's all about you this, you that. He's kind of saying you. And guess what? SE users, when they talk, you know, colloquially or just regularly with their regular vernacular, it's you this, you that, or they this, or they that. They did this, or you did this, you know, or like that's how you can tell they're an SE user, right? So explain to me how a non-SE user is an INFP would be making those statements, right? So
someone said he's talking in metaphors. That would just imply abstract.
That's just that. Yeah, that's abstraction. Like, come on. I mean, INFJs talk in metaphors all the time. I mean, the greatest INFJ in history, known as Jesus Christ, he talked in parables. So, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I mean, do you want to keep going, or are you?
No, I'm more than convinced. Let's move on.
All right. So, which one's next? We've got 2499. Aiden Washnis again. Joy Beckerman, hemp activist.
Joy Beckerman. All right.
When I see hemp activist, I immediately think INFJ.
I don't know how to spell their names, so
just write Joy H or something, or Joy B. Sorry.
All right, we're ready.
This looks like a speech, so it might be a little bit scripted, but
let's not do a speech. No.
All right. Let's see what we got.
How many more super chats are in the queue? Like, seriously, I need to know.
Quite a few, actually. We've got this one, $24.99. We've got $20, Billie Eilish. And then we've got $9.99, Robert Kiyosaki.
That's it?
Yeah, like everyone's just bowling.
And Robert Kiyosaki and then Jeffree Star. So we're going to do 4 more tonight, guys, and then we're done. So 4 more guys. So that's it. No super chats are closed. No more super chats, folks.
All right. Joy Beckerman.
Go. Hi, I'm Dave Rhines, and I'm sitting here with Joy Beckerman from the Hemp Industry Association. Joy, how are you?
Fairly well today. Thank you for coming to the Oregon Hemp Convention. And JBA, you're everywhere.
Well, you're everywhere.
I am so movement and initiating, and that means I'm automatically informative because I'm a starter type. LOL. Next.
Okay.
We just published an article today, Daily Hirschberg did, about your efforts to legalize industrial hemp, not only nationally, but here in Oregon, here in Washington. Tell us a little bit about what's going on.
Thank you.
5052, is that it?
Very close. Good, you're good. 1552.
Okay. I just want to point out really exaggerated head movements when she talks.
Okay, so that's like an SE optimistic on the top.
Yeah. All right, let's keep going. We skipped Sad Guru. He's $15. Sorry, we're doing this in order of how much was paid. Sorry. But I guess that puts Sad Guru at 17 now. So we will also, I'll make sure to do him before Robert Kiyosaki. Sorry about that.
But the good news is they became the same bill. So whether our Senate bill passes.
Wow, how optimistic. The good news is the Senate bill.
Yeah.
Like, this woman is filled with like SE positive.
Yeah, and it sounds a little TE with what she's saying. Let's keep going.
Or whether our House bill passes, they're identical in form now, and that's a new development.
Okay, so what does
identical form, SE statement. Let's keep going.
Right.
So if it passes in its current form, and we hope it does, this deschedulizes industrial hemp, so that will no longer be in our State-Controlled Substances Act. But the marijuana growers, if we very much want to protect those huge investments, because we have that
Concrete interest.
happy to know that this.
They will be happy to know this. Yeah, that's TEFI, and then it's also interest based, based on the interests of the people. Is this person a lobbyist? Like is this person literally a lobbyist? I mean, that would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think she is a lobbyist. She lobbies for hemp.
Okay.
Give me a second.
she's in the SFP NTJ Quadra automatically. Let's keep listening for some abstract statements. If we don't hear anything abstract, then I'm calling her an ESFP. So.
Bill directs the WSTA and the Liquor Control Board, the Washington State Department of Agriculture, and the Liquor Control Board to work together to address
standards,
prevention of cross-pollination.
That's right.
Specifically.
And so you were talking about that means how close can a hemp field be?
Yeah, that guy is abstract, but she's concrete. She's just laying it out.
Right. She's talking about what is.
Yep, it's constantly what is. And we already know that she's informative, initiating movement. Ergo, this woman is an ESFP.
Do you want me to skip later in the video just to see if there's anything else?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, so let's see.
Various departments of agriculture. If you're here in Oregon, they call it the ODA. We call it the WSDA in Washington.
They call it this, they call it that. References is TE. Yeah. They are doing it. So it's SE plus NI, and there is nothing abstract there. That's concrete. Let's keep going just a little bit.
Right.
Encourage your legislators and your departments of agriculture to say, hey, there is money to be made, there are jobs to be created, and we do have to make sure that we're addressing cross-pollination. But absolutely, here in Oregon, it's a different story. You've got the law. We have, well, you're
here in Oregon, it's a different story than Washington, SE.
Right. She literally grabbed this guy's shoulder, like physical contact.
Oh yeah, that's SE hero, all right.
Yeah,
she's ESFP. Okay, that's it. We're next name.
That's it. Next. Okay, who did I say was next? Billie Eilish was $20, so let's go with him for now.
Okay.
Billie Eilish. Oh, she's a singer.
I don't know how to spell her last name.
Eilish. All right, let's see. Let's get her on Hot Ones. So skip 5 minutes in. All right, we ready?
Yep.
Fucking ginger something. It's not ginger ale, but it's
you know your sodas.
Cock. It literally says cock
and bull.
Cock. Oh, cock and bull. Cock and bull.
And it's a ginger soda.
Cock and bull.
So ding 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 ding.
We're going to 2.
Number two.
Wow. She does seem a little bit vulgar as well, like very low.
Pragmatic for sure. Vulgarity is a sign of pragmatic, just so you guys know. Like if someone's being really vulgar, technically they're pragmatic almost always.
Right. Let's keep going.
That is the common reaction to that one. That is a common reaction to that one.
What is that?
Okay, let's skip to them actually talking.
Bounce a few potential Billie Eilish extracurriculars off you, and I'm just curious where you'd take them. What would a Billie Eilish horror movie look like?
Okay, so she's burping, very low SE. Or she just doesn't care.
No, I mean, I've known some ISTP women doing that. They just don't care.
Right.
Because the SE parent is pessimistic.
Right.
Probably the Bury a Friend video. I don't know if any of you've seen it. It came out a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
It would be in the realm of that. Everybody thinks I sold my soul to the Illuminati. I don't really know what the Illuminati is, to be honest with you.
That's what somebody would say if they sold their soul to the Illuminati. Would you ever want to design a video game?
Yeah, that'd be so sick. Oh my God. See, I used to play like, not really the classics. I would play, like I used to play Elo Milo a lot. I loved Elo Milo. That was like my favorite game in the world. Do you know what that game is?
No.
It's this game.
School me.
Where it's these two little boo-boos. They're so cute. They're these little creatures. One is named Elo and the other's named Milo. It's this sort of anti-gravity world where there's all these little blocks and they start.
Very SE and I.
The idea.
You thinking she might be an ISTP?
Yeah, thinking.
Is you just get to each other, and then when they get to each other, they just hug and they do this little dance. And
Oh, my Effie inferior is so happy over that. It's so happy, guys. So happy.
Guys.
Get to each other. So the whole idea is the game is just like losing the person you love and then finding them again. It's so cute. And I used to play
It's so
Red Dead.
cute. Effie. So Effie. It's so interest-based.
Okay, so she played Red Dead Redemption just to ride the horses.
Just to ride the horses. That's very SE, and that's also concrete. Like, come on.
Right. All the things you could do in Red Dead Redemption, like use an abstract mind and like, you know, kind of like that guy who was putting women's suffragette women on train tracks and stuff.
Yeah.
That's like, oh my God.
Yeah, so far she looks like an artisan, pragmatic interest, concrete, and we definitely know she's direct. So
right, she definitely is direct.
Seems
I
very movement to me.
I haven't heard a single abstract statement from her. Let's keep going. I might skip a little bit ahead in the video. Hopefully we get a different topic.
On food preferences. Do you remember what you were eating when you tweeted, "Food is such a powerful little hoe"?
What?
She could take control of anyone.
Okay, so she tweeted, "Food is such a powerful little hoe."
That's an SE point of view. And that's pragmatic.
Yeah, like it's rather vulgar and vulgar to the point of being vulgar for the sake of being vulgar.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta be honest, like this is an ISTP. So.
Yeah, she kind of reminds me of Boot a little bit.
Oh, Boot. Shout out to Boot. We love Boot. Yep. Definitely ISTP.
You want to keep going, or you think we've got enough?
We got enough on this one for sure.
All right, so the next one would be... Wait, have we done... Okay, so it's Sad H Guru, or Sad Guru, or whatever his name is. Now, what do we know about Sad H Guru? Oh, so it looks like it's an yogi or something? Okay, Sad H Guru. Let's see what we can find out about him.
Good morning. I feel like we have. This is good. Can we say namaste or no?
Namaste is good.
Okay.
Namaste. Essentially, this is a way of, you know, when you look at a person, you tend to recognize their gender, their caste, creed, color.
Very affiliative. I'm Mr. Affiliative. I'm the poster child for everything affiliative in the world.
I am like so triggered right now. Like he notices someone's gender just by looking at them. Like
I know, right? That's a very abstract point of view. I mean, how he's explaining namaste is very abstract too.
Oh my. Triggered. All right, let's keep going.
Bad, all kinds of things. To look beyond that fundamentally the source of every life is the same thing. So when we do namaste, we recognize only that dimension of you. You as a possibility, not as what you are today.
So
you as a possibility and not what you are today is abstract. Oh my goodness.
Is this guy being abstract for the sake of being abstract? Though?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I too am a psychic paid to do tarot cards for people on the side of the street.
Goodness gracious me. Let's keep going. Let's see what he says.
So we're talking about like kind of re-engineering ourselves. I don't know if you noticed, but New Yorkers tend to be a little high-strung.
How can you miss it?
You notice. So what do we need to do to kind of reset ourselves, re-engineer?
Well, it's in engineering. See, we have engineered the outside world the way we want. But what have we done about ourselves? As a generation of people, we are living in the highest level of comfort and convenience, but we are whining like nobody else.
Affiliative.
So we're not.
So
Wow.
he's an NF. Like he's an NF. Thank you. Like,
he's an
NF. Yeah. He's
We engineer the whole world and we make ourselves comfortable, but we're still not happy and we're complaining like never before.
Yeah. And he seems so responding. Responding. And he seems so controlled to me. So, and like, and the way he's answering is so informative about it. So like informed, responding, control behind the scenes. You already know he's an NF. So he's the behind the scenes NF, which means he's an INFP.
INFP, yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. There you go. That was fast.
It's like we got through about 1:11 of clip with him.
Yeah. It's just like, boom, INFP. Next.
Next. All right. Who is next? So we've done Sad Hage Guru, which was $15.
Don't forget Jeffree Star. We got to do Jeffree Star tonight before we end for Boot.
Right. So the next one would be Robert Kiyosaki.
Robert Kiyosaki, who's obviously an NT, because NT represents.
You're probably gonna kill me, but I have no idea who that is.
Wow. Yeah, I would actually.
All right, I'm literally fired from CS Joseph.
Yes, you're literally fired, and I'm going to rehire you in 5 seconds.
I'm going to hand in my csjoseph.life name badge.
Yep. Actually, we had it tattooed to your rear, so you're going to have to go get that burned off.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then retattooed when you hire me in 5 seconds.
Yep, that's why there's 2 cheeks. Next, Robert Kiyosaki.
All right,
the school.
Okay.
The school systems is actually teaching people to be poor.
Ooh.
The school system will never teach you about money. The school system is designed to teach you to be an employee or a doctor or a lawyer, a specialist.
Wow. Right off the bat, direct.
Abstract as well.
Abstract. Does seem a bit TE.
It seems a bit TE as well, yeah. Definitely process. It seems very systematic. He's talking about school systems initially. So let's keep going.
And it does seem to be like a responsible TE, like
yeah,
things you need to know.
I think he is definitely responding. I would not be surprised if this guy was an INTJ. I knew he was an NT to begin with, but yeah, like
I'm getting INTJ vibes of him. All right, let's keep going.
Pretty funny.
But never about money.
They want you to be poor.
Do you have an interview instead of a speech?
I think this is a speech now. Oh no. Here we go.
Advisor.
Be that tight. So what they're going to do is they're going to look at the NOI and say, how much can we loan you?
Now that we
like the one then they give you a loan.
You can talk, Mr. Robert?
And we did that. Oh, we're not.
Okay, perfect. The video of Robert Kiyosaki where he just stands in front of a whiteboard and someone else talks. Perfect.
Yes, that's very responding.
Let's look at a Robert Kiyosaki interview. Yeah, I mean, right then I'm going to say that he's responding. Robert Kiyosaki on Oprah apparently looks pretty old, like it's from the 80s or 90s.
That's okay.
He's got like black hair or brown hair, so.
Hear his money-making secrets. It was life-changing and just woke me up. The way you look at your bad week last week.
Yeah, but it's a different problem.
Yeah, it's a different kind of problem.
So when you have no money, you have to have a plan to eventually have plenty of money. And then when you have plenty of money, you got to shift plans.
Yes.
Okay, he's movement, and he's talking about no money. Then you need to have a plan. That's TE.
All right.
And he's talking about what you need to do. That's SI plus NE.
And nowhere in there was there like any degree of control. It's just like, if you have no money, then you got to figure out a play to get lots of money. Once you got lots of money,
which is very systematic. He's following a process, you know.
Right. So absolutely systematic movement. I'd say he's responding. He seems abstract.
Yeah.
This guy, like just INTJ off the bat vibes.
Yeah, totally. Just a little bit more, but yeah.
I haven't seen a single affiliative statement. It's all pragmatic. It's all about what works. Like never was right. It's like, hey, you're being treated like crap by this education system and it doesn't work. So you need to listen to me.
It doesn't work. Listen to me. Yep.
It's not right. It's that it doesn't work.
Just doesn't work.
Right.
Next.
So let's keep going.
They get all this plenty of money and they go broke again.
And overwhelmed by it.
Right. And they go because they've never understood how money works.
All right.
They've never understood how money works. Systematic.
Right, and it's also TE. And the thing
it's also
is,
TE.
within that, he even breaks down the failure of people once they get rich into a systematic process. They get money, then they don't know what to do with it, so then they become poor. Like, he's literally built how people manage their money into systems.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this guy is a good example of systematic. So if anyone ever wants to know what systematic is like, send them to Robert Kiyosaki.
Exactly.
All right, let's keep going.
Because he changed from a poor dad to 48 with the
blah blah blah.
But that's very but
cool story, bro.
At first, those guys are calling you instead of shrinking and going into the shell and eating my pizza.
Yeah.
I use it as motivation to go out and make more money. So I use my bill collectors as motivation, and that's
my bill collectors SE as motivation. NI. That's an SE
Right.
NI statement, and it's more TE.
And if you notice, the whole thing behind this guy is motivation, willpower, like very NI hero, very NI,
Yeah.
maybe even parent. Like very strong NI. Like I'm just getting really strong NI vibes from him. I'm getting absolute pragmatism. I'm getting some degree of abstract. I'm getting
Yeah,
responding.
we know for a fact he's an NT. I mean, he's direct. We know he's an
direct
NT,
and to
he's
the
direct.
point.
So it's either ENTJ, INTJ, and
Right.
really we just have to determine if it's initiating, responding, control versus movement at this point. But I'm getting responding. So
I'm getting responding and I'm getting hella movement.
yeah.
Like even in the systematic process that he was talking about, it was like move.
Move. Yeah.
It's like, oh, you got all this money, and then you got a new plan, but keep going, more money, and then once you got all that extra money, then you got to start with a new plan.
Yep.
So,
and then we have that video of him standing in front of the whiteboard while the guy talks. Okay.
I feel sorry for anyone who watched this video in 2x speed and literally just heard me go. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, that's what
Right.
happens with me all the time. So yeah, Robert Kiyosaki, INTJ, in the bag. Next.
Okay, so this was the one that Boot suggested. What did you say?
Jeffree Star.
Jeffree Star. We've had 2 new super chats come in, but I don't think we have time for them. So we're going to just do Jeffree Star.
Yep. Stop. No super chats, guys. We've said it like for the last 20 minutes. So
Jeffree Star, and
we'll get to them next week. We'll get to those super chats next week. We'll make sure they're written down or pinned in that channel, Jeb.
Okay, Jeffree Star, and this looks like a woman. But Jeffree, is this a transgender? I'm confused. Whatever, not important. Let's keep going.
Hey folks, I'm Wolves. My name.
Ow. Sorry about that.
Tell us a little bit about the tour. Has it been awesome so far? A lot of fun.
Yeah, I've never really done like a full-length tour, so I was kind of nervous. I was like, "Ooh, how am I going to get ready every day?" But it's been so much fun. We had crazy moments on the tour. 2 days ago in Houston, I got to mace someone on camera.
Wow.
Initiating movement.
SINE, like, oh, I got to mace someone. How fun. Look at this fun experience.
SINE. It seems like TEFI as well. So STJ, NFP Quadra seems like form of initiating movement with STJ, NFP Quadra. Gut telling me we have an ENFP on our hands. So let's keep going to verify that.
Let's verify that. Absolutely.
Fantasy was complete.
Awesome. So I guess last time I saw you here in Texas was in Austin when you were here with Metro Station. And so I was hearing that you were doing a little bit of work with them with your upcoming album. So how is that coming so far?
It's been really great. We actually have Trace and Mason singing on a new song called Somebody's Watching Me. It samples that old Michael Jackson song, and so they sing the chorus, and I wrote the lyrics for the verse. It's so rad.
So I guess
that's an interest-based statement.
Also seems to be like living in the past, like Michael Jackson style music. That seems like very SI, like your comfort zone is this music from the past, which you're going to take a variant of and then like project it yourself through your own form of art.
Oh, using extrovert intuition mimicry. Exactly. Don't forget, folks, mimicry is extrovert intuition. That's why SI users are extremely good at mimicking movements through choreography and martial arts.
And not only that, but like the fact that the motivation from that just seemed to be from an SI like comfort point of view, like something from the past, which I've enjoyed. So it's very SI, like it's a cliche SINE statement. Like you've got both of them in the statement.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's keep going.
The genre of music that you're going to be coming up with is electronica, kind of?
Yeah, it's way more dancer than my old stuff.
So Jeffree Star is throwing the world's biggest dance party. What celebrities are invited?
They all better come. I'm going to beat them up. We have to have all the bad girls like Brittany and Lindsay.
The bad girls like Brittany and Lindsay. That's a TE statement.
Mm-hmm.
Seems very interest-based.
Right. And I'm seeing a lot of initiating, like.
Yeah, for sure. It's informed initiating movement. Like.
I would agree with the movement as well. Like as soon as the question's asked, it's just like straight jumping into the question. Like.
Yeah.
There's no control. There's no pausing for thought.
These are starter type, interest-based. So just on starter and interest alone, we're looking at ESFP, ENFP at this point. But I'm just not really hearing much SE. Let's continue.
Right.
Worse. Because I thought I was dramatic, but they're worse than me.
I thought I was dramatic. That's a TE statement.
Right. Let's skip a little bit into the video so maybe we can get a different topic, get a little bit different perspective.
Life back at home on your MySpace, it seems like you've been pretty reluctant to get out of LA. So has that been a good experience?
Oh, reluctant to get out of LA. Like
that's SI, comfort zone.
Comfort zone.
Comfort zone.
Let's keep going.
For you?
Yeah, I grew up in Orange County and it was just kind of like too boring for me. So I graduated really early at 17.
Too boring for me. And I graduated really early at 17 because I'm an SI user. Next.
Right. I'm an SI user. I could memorize things really easily and just like pass all the examinations. Look how smart I am.
And I'm going to answer every question with stories because I'm informative while being an SI user at the same time. And like, I'm all movement oriented and like, guys, I don't know if I'm in the mood.
Guys. Hey, guys. All right, let's keep going.
Makeup for a lot of celebrities, and I just can't leave. It's so much fun.
Just can't leave because it's so much fun and everyone's so interested and everyone wants to be here, and that's why I can't leave. And then my personal status increases because I'm obviously in this community because I'm a TEFI user.
And because it's so much fun, it's such a good experience for me. So I don't want to leave. Why would I deprive myself of that experience?
Yeah, and I'm obviously an STJ NFP quadra who's informative initiating movement, which automatically makes me an ENFP by default. And guess what? I'm also interest-based, so that means I'm also an ENFP, which means Jeffree Star is an ENFP. Yeah. Damn. All right. Are we good?
I think that's everything. How is everyone doing?
Like, what are those other two super chats? What were they? The ones that came in?
Give me a second. One is Charlie Kaufman. The other one is Catherine Chernik-Favre.
Okay. Well, we've ran out of time. Table those for next week. Sorry guys, just we did call for no more super chats because we ran out of time. So that being said, we're going to mark them down. We're going to start the next show with them for sure, with those two super chats. So thank you very much. And every now and then we do have some extras left over these shows and we do get to them. We just did Jeffree Star and that was one from last week as well. Right. So be advised on that. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, I had fun. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I did. We're still trying to fix our Zoom or our live stream format using the electronic whiteboard and trying to make it a little bit easier for everyone. We wanted to use an electronic whiteboard to that end. That way, gallery view, okay. By doing that, we're trying to make it a little bit easier on the audience to follow. I mean, let's just say I've been criticized a lot recently for standing in front of the whiteboard, and we're trying to make it so that while I'm talking, the whiteboard can be seen all at the same time. So that's kind of where we're coming from on that one.
Right.
But don't forget, folks, season 17, episode 2 drops tonight on Patreon, drops tomorrow for YouTube. It's again, season 17 is a controversial season, so take it with many grains of salt, please, many grains of salt. But there is some pretty good nuggets in there amongst the salt that I have, because you know how I enjoy bashing macroevolution as much as I do. But at the same time, we're talking about the ego, which is tomorrow's episode. What is the ego? Because to start season 17, we're going to be exploring each of the individual sides of the mind, what they do, where they come from, what they mean, etc. We're also talking about the gateway function attached to that ego and how it develops, and that's the hero function, and kind of giving like a different approach to like order and chaos. So it's pretty interesting, and actually a little bit of source material from Jordan Peterson. Even though I am one of Jordan Peterson's critics, I still use some of his material because I have to give credit where it is due. So that's a little bit of the source material for tomorrow's night's episode. Also have season 14, episode 6, which is the 6 golden pair, ESFP, ISFJ, coming out, I believe, on this Friday. And then we have the next season 10 episode, which is INTJ, INFJ. And then we have the season 21 episode, How to Social Engineer INTJs.
The 5-second long video.
The 5-second long video, exactly. Yes, you can't social engineer INTJs. So yeah. Anyway, we're gonna get the studio figured out. It's just been a little interesting with the move, and my children are visiting this weekend, so got a lot of work to do yet, but we are getting there. Thank you all for your patience, and I apologize that we've been staying up late, but don't worry. The CSJ executive team has held me down and basically, put a face hugger on my face. And then, and then like all of a sudden I started like bursting aliens all over out of my chest and whatnot. But luckily I have regenerative powers, and that wasn't that much of a big deal, but it's not an experience I want to have again. So based on that, I plan on being on time for scheduled streams as much as possible. So we're definitely putting in a lot more effort to make sure we are on time. So for example, tomorrow night, 9 Eastern, Q&A.
On the dot. On the dot.
Like, we're really trying to be on the dot, like for sure.
Like I'm literally going to like stream myself if Chase isn't home. It'll be a Jabba Q&A session if he's not on.
Great, thanks, Chab. I really needed to hear that. So
no worries.
And we got the new camera, and hopefully the new camera works for you guys. We went for an HD camera, and it's also a mobile one. So the GoPro is probably just going to be with the car studio, and we're going to be doing it this way, unless of course I still want to like scream at the GoPro from the whiteboard, which I still may want to do as well. So yeah, awesome. Jab, you got anything else to say before we close this out?
Yes, do not forget, ENTJ article should be going live in the next couple of days. When do we put those out? Thursday? Friday?
Thursdays, I believe.
This Thursday, we've got an ENTJ article coming out, which is tomorrow. So sometime tomorrow, the ENTJ article will be going out. I'll be sure to ping the roof through it.
Oh, do you want to share? Do you want to share about the Glossary Project?
Oh yeah, sure, absolutely. So another project we are working on, spearheaded by yours truly, is going to be the Glossary Project. Now, the Glossary Project is essentially what it means. It's effectively a glossary of all terms used by C.S. Joseph, and these terms are specific to C.S. Joseph and his content itself. So these will be definitions, like short paragraph definitions of stuff like what we're working on right now is informative, initiating, control, stuff like that. We're going to organize it with my very powerful TE, put it into a nice document that you can very simply read. And like, if you're having trouble with typing someone, you can like read the definition and then look at your type grid and bam, you got your type correct. So I think it's going to help you guys a lot. Yeah. Please send your feedback if you think there's something, if you have any suggestions for me. Like, if you didn't know, I'm like in charge of the creative team right now, so I can actually like make projects. So if any of you guys come to me with a good idea, we'll get that on track. But yeah, the Glossary Project. Are you guys excited or what?
Okay, so to put that in perspective, well, I too have my FI child, Wang, literally helicoptering around. My goodness.
Sorry, I had to be very cringe. Like,
okay, yeah, you went so cringe right there, dude. Like, holy smokes. So basically, a web page with our glossary, and when you can actually get specific definitions for the terms that we have, we'll have terms like cognitive transition, cognitive orbit, all everything we have will all be in one place, and there will be specific links pointing to which lecture where those things are spoken about the most, or whichever lectures that they're in, etc. And then you can actually watch the lecture where we talk about it and get their definition, you know, from lecture wise. If for some reason we don't have a lecture that actually provides a definition for it, we'll have a lecture named, and it will say coming soon, and you'll be able to actually see, you know, how certain terms are actually going to be defined in upcoming lectures as well. So this is just something we had to do this because we have a lot of additional content coming out, including specific pages devoted to each of the individual types, where you have like everything that you would need to know about a particular type in one place, basically. But in order to actually roll that out, we have to do this glossary project first. So anyway, the glossary is coming. We have a lot of additional written content. Please go out of your way to share this content. We really appreciate it. And then also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like, that would be nice. Like, we need more subscribers. And like, if you are sharing our content with like friends and family, tell them to subscribe too. Like, we really need subscriptions, folks. Like, it's really important.
And I mean, don't forget. Sorry, go ahead.
Ever since we broke 15,000, and we're about to break 16,000, probably within the next 2 days, we've been getting a lot of collaboration opportunities. But if we want to be able to grow this channel and grow this community, and while simultaneously, like, hopefully bring in the money to keep the lights on around here, because I'll be straight with you folks, a lot of you folks don't know, but this company has been close to bankruptcy a few times. And the only reason why we haven't like completely gone under is because of the patrons who have consistently been financially supporting us, and also those providing us super chats. Like, in order for us to keep producing this content for you folks and get these awesome studio things and these electronic whiteboards and everything that we're doing, like, the money you give us is literally coming back to you. So like, we're not here to waste your time. So please continue to financially support us, because if you don't, we're basically going to end up in the ditch, and then all of the content just stops flowing. So the spice must flow. You know what I'm saying? So please continue to support us.
I can personally vouch for the fact that Chase is not spending Patreon money on a brand new Ferrari Testarossa. Like, I can promise you he's not doing that.
Are you invoking Chris Roberts there from Cloud Imperium Games when you say that, Jab? Is that what you're doing?
Who's the guy that made that space game where they basically got hundreds of millions of dollars and he didn't do anything with it, and like the game still made
Oh,
up?
that's Chris Roberts. Oh yeah,
Chris
Star
Roberts.
Citizen. Yeah. Nice. All
I
right.
I love playing a beta that's been developed for like the past 6 years. Very enjoyable.
It is very enjoyable. I mean, they only have millions upon millions of dollars. They have a larger video game budget than most of the A-list games out there. So, but you know, instead we need to buy a Ferrari. I mean, yeah, okay. So, you know what? I drive a Toyota Yaris, and I'm happy to drive my Toyota Yaris. So, I mean, I'm driving a Yaris for you folks, you know, because
I drive a secondhand Subaru Legacy, probably called Liberty in America.
Yeah, probably.
2006 model.
Indeed. All right, folks, that's it for tonight. Thank you all. We'll see you guys tomorrow night for question and answer. Otherwise, see y'all later.
Talk to you later.